Hello everyone, Coach Carole here with another tutorial on using artificial intelligence to help with your writing. These days I'm more inclined to say amplified intelligence rather than artificial. It's getting closer and closer to the way in which humans can write. In this tutorial, I'm going back in time to when I started to create a fictional tale in the genre of genealogy murder mysteries. This is a new strategy for me and one that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I began in talking with ChatGPT to create a list of 10 ebook titles on genealogy murder mysteries. And it came up with these 10. The one that I chose as the one that I liked the most, The Genealogist's Grimoire, Murder in the Family Tree. Now, that has since gone through some changes. However, my next prompt to ChatGPT was to ask it to create a set of 10 chapter titles for this particular book and display it in tabular format. And it came up with 10 chapters. I think in the book now I have around about 20, and I'll show you the end result of those in a moment. By doing this step by step, you can get an idea on how you're going to outline, plot, and tell the story that you have in your mind. What ChatGPT is doing is just giving you ideas in things like the name of the book and the titles of the chapters. Next task for any good book is to have memorable and realistic characters. I asked ChatGPT to generate a list of 5 characters who appear in the genealogist's grimoire and to please use English names. So these are the characters that it came up with: Abigail, Abby Foster, Will Grady, Tom Hawthorne, Liz Jennings, John Blackwood as a starting point. And each of these characters could be fleshed out. It did give me the names, but it also gave me a little bit of background on each character. Our protagonist, Abby Foster, is a skilled genealogist with a knack for solving mysteries. Abby is the protagonist of the story. Her friend, Liz Jennings, is a forensic scientist, and she aids Abby by providing scientific explanations and detailed analyses of evidence. And then we have the detective, who is a seasoned police detective, Tom, the local historian, and John Blackwood, the heir of the Blackwood family. And it's the Blackwood family around which this story evolves. Next, I wanted 5 more characters, this time villains and antagonists, and to use Canadian names. They came up with this list of 5. Sebastian, Tremblay, Olivia Mercier, although she doesn't get a Guernsey in this story, I left her out. Maxia Desjardins, Evelyn Beecham, and Lucien Dupont. So Sebastian is one of the ancestors of the Blackwood family. Maxime Jardine is a corrupt police officer. Evelyn is a wealthy socialite with a mysterious past, also a descendant. And Lucien Dupont is the head of a rival genealogy firm. So that has all the trappings of a great story. I wanted it now to help me build the chapter under the heading of Unearthing the Past. So I've asked it to write a full chapter and use an Agatha Christie writing style. Here is its first attempt at the draft of chapter 1. And as I read through it, it sounded quite good. And I knew that I could work with it and certainly make it more of my own. It gave me a great start. I could then go on and ask it to change parts of that chapter or build on some of the mystery or work on the backstory for the characters and so on. In the end, I ended up with some great chapter ideas to help write the book. I'm over here in Dabble Writer, and it's reminding me that I've reached my daily goal for today. But I'm in this current manuscript, which is the Genealogist Challenge, Murder in the Family Tree. And you can see the plot unfolding here. And we have part 1, where we have the first chapter. And I've changed quite a bit about this story. And it begins with the masked ball at Blackwood Manor. I also asked ChatGPT to come up with illustrations for the story. As I moved through each of my revised chapters, I then added the illustrations. Throughout this story, I'm creating it in scenes inside chapters, as you can see here. And it's in the writing of the scenes that ChatGPT helped enormously. I was also able to, in this particular tool called Dabble Writer, I could tidy up everything and recreate the whole story with newly edited information. So I had a preface for the book, and then we have a new chapter 1. So I've kept everything here under this part, and I'm up to 16 chapters, not quite 20, as I said before. But in Dabble Writer, I'm also able to work on the plotting for the scenes and to build on some of the background information about the characters. And for this story, I actually built up a whole family tree for the Blackwood family, made up from Edward Hamilton Temple Blackwood. Every one of these characters, I asked ChatGPT to create an image for, as you can see here, for Edward Hamilton Temple Blackwood. And people like Cecilia Beecham, Lance, Quentin Blackwood, and so on. So I have pictures also of the antagonist in settings inside the chapters of Abigail, Liz. Obviously didn't wait, go back. Liz was here. And Tom, and this new character will feature in the second story as a follow-up to this first one in the series of the Genealogist Challenge. So you can see how I've changed its name from the Grimoire to the Genealogist Challenge. Everything is kept here in order so that I can come back to it and make changes along the way. And what it allows me to do is to download, export, so that I can have it as a Word document into Google Docs, as a web file, just plain text, and I can remove the cover art. Oh, by the way, the cover art was done using Canva. Coming back to ChatGPT, I now have a process that I can follow to create this type of book. I even went to the extent of asking it to do a little blurb for a newspaper, imagining that I was going to do a book launch. And ChatGPT can help you with that. Comes up with something that you can share with people when you are talking about your book. A little bit of a script, if you like. There's all sorts of ways that you can help generate an ebook using ChatGPT, and this is just one of them. Have a go for yourself. See if you can come up with, or ask ChatGPT to come up with, a set of ebook titles and put your own genre in here instead of what I have for genealogy murder mysteries, and just see what it comes up with. I'll be back with more on how you can use amplified intelligence to help in writing your stories.